Jesus is coming to get those responsible for serving pizzas to underage kids in a lair that exists underneath the pizza place they're running a child kitchen where they cook human flesh. They say, that crazy. Get him out of here. Get him out the park. Now, when that person starts preaching on Twitter, there's enough crazy people on Twitter like him to retweet it to a place where people say, wait, this has 150,000 retweets on it. This must be true.
Here we go. It's the last quarter, 2020.
Q4.
How y'all feeling? We have a new president. We've discovered a cure for COVID-19, sort of. Welcome back to Impaulsive, the #1 podcast in the world. My audio's low.
That was a quick start. We call that a shotgun start. George walked in looking like a homeless person that just left the Goodwill.
Or a wrestler trying to cut 20 pounds.
Or a football player that just missed the cut for the JV squad.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I look like I just missed it, like a tiny bit. My family's disappointed. I'm a little mad, but I'm here.
Good to have you.
New quarter.
Good to have you. Welcome. Oh yeah, a lot of stuff's going on as per usual. Today's November 9th, fellas. Today's November 9th. What are you doing?
There's so much shit.
You're just trashing plays. The way you said today's November 9th sounded like from Mean Girls. What is it? October 3rd? It's October 3rd. Is that what, today's October 3rd?
It's November 9th. Do you know what happened last year? November 9th?
Oh, Lord.
Shit.
Let me think about it.
Shit.
You woke up.
I did.
You immediately sneezed 3 times.
That's how I knew. Yeah, guys, it's a year since KSI and I sold out the Staples Center, and the Brit's hand was raised in a bout of the ages, an internet history-making event. Congrats again to KSI for besting me 1 year ago today, 365 days. Looking forward to the next fight, so stay tuned for the announcement on that.
You got any more info on that?
Not yet, but it went to show me. Can I say that like that? It went to show me.
How you actually said it?
It showed me. It surprised me how much has changed in a year. I was thinking, bro, November 9th, 1 year ago, that felt like a lifetime. I had to be reminded. I was like, that was 1 year ago?
It definitely feels way longer. I felt like this year, it was like the year that God was like, all right, we're just going to throw all the rest of in there. Just get it all in there. Everything.
We're getting all the negative out of the way before the positive. Hopefully.
You know what? I hate to be cheesy, but before you see a beautiful rainbow, you got to see a storm.
Yeah.
You got to see a storm.
I wrote a list of some stuff that has changed. Some of this is like more personal, but I think there's something to take away, even though it's some of the stuff's from my life. November 9th, 1 year ago, Donald Trump was the president.
What?
Donald Trump was the president.
Yeah, that makes sense.
New shift, but Joe Biden's our president.
And I don't mean to be ignorant. I might be dumb, but I'm a foolish kid on the internet just reading a bunch of shit. Why do people keep saying that Donald still hasn't lost?
I feel like we're gonna get into this like heavy.
Oh, okay.
But also just to clarify quickly, like technically, he's still president.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure. I just wrote it. It was the first one on the list.
Enough.
Yeah, sure. No COVID-19. There was no such thing as the coronavirus.
Well, I don't know. You sneezed when you woke up that day.
Maybe I had it.
Maybe you had it.
Maybe I was the impetus of the COVID-19 virus. No, COVID-19 did not exist. There's no such thing as social distancing. We didn't have to wear our masks. That was 1 year ago. Mike was drinking every single week. Now he's sober. He's 100% sober.
I was just drinking and screwing.
A lot of screwing.
Yeah,
you guys were sluts.
Yeah. And now 1 year later,
not sluts.
Remember, just like
I'm in a relationship. I have a beautiful girlfriend.
And you guys are cute together. They sent me pictures of their weekend, and it was quite adorable.
We mad cute. I didn't own a single Pokemon card. Now millions of dollars have been sunk into
Dude, I'm
Pokemon
hearing
cards.
Pokemon music now. Did you hear the song? No. Kid Leroy just came out with a song called Pikachu, and it's fire.
Yeah, because he's the shit, dog.
Right.
Hop on the wave, fam.
Next on the list?
Maverick Clothing hadn't been launched. We were doing the rebrand, and we launched our brand new Maverick Clothing. This was a big deal for us.
Yeah.
This and the Maverick Club, 2 new massive business endeavors for me and my brand, and both massively successful and changed the way that I create. Just another outlet for us. I don't think I own my ranch, and now the project's complete. And also bought Sir the African Gray. So, like I said, a lot of this stuff is anecdotal, but it goes to show. I said this once. in a recap video. Life isn't short. People say life is short. Life isn't short. You just have to do more. My goal is to milk as much as I possibly can.
Nice.
It was probably unnecessary from this life, from this beautiful life we have. My goal is to go ahead.
Yeah, what Logan is trying to say.
Go ahead and do the noise.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
These headphones are very low. I can barely hear you.
To do that with life. Go for it.
Logan's trying to say, all you got to do, guys, to make life really work is to be super rich, to buy a lot of nice things like birds and houses and ranches. And you could do it too.
Is that what you got, homeless man? Is that what you got from that?
Hey, how do you think I got here, fam? You think I just was rich one day?
Sorry, I'll finish it. Buy a lot of Pokemon stocks and cards.
No. Listen. This leads me into the next thing. I'm curious. I do have that thing in me that fiends for more. I'm intrigued by life. What can I do today that I haven't done yesterday that's different, that will challenge me, that will help me learn? Anything that ends with expertise begins with education. I made that quote up. You can quote me. Anything that ends with expertise begins with education. So I sink my teeth into different projects, and as they blossom, I dive further and further into them, i.e., like I'll just use the Pokemon thing because it just happened. I started with education. Next thing you know, I'm like pretty deep into the hobby. With boxing, I started hitting the pads a little bit. Next thing you know, I'm a professional boxer selling out the Staples Center. And now I'm in a weird point where, to be honest, I've maxed out my Pokemon endeavor. I cannot and will not spend any more money on fucking Pokemon cards.
Yeah, you said that to me last night. You're toast. It's over.
Can't do it. So now it's like,
I don't believe you.
swear to God, I can't. What's
He's
next?
like, if
What's
the right
next?
deal comes along.
No, I'm done. But what's next?
Day trading.
Who knows? And a lot of people are at this this fork in the road in their life where they may not know what to do next. They may not have an inkling of what makes them tick, motivates them, keeps them inspired. And I think I'm sort of feeling a little bit of that. So I'm with everyone listening who isn't quite sure. I've been looking up different like hobbies. I've like Googled like fun hobbies to do. I checked out some woodworking videos.
Is that
Like
whittling? Is it called whittling?
No, the whittling's with a knife.
Okay.
I'm talking about woodworking.
Okay, what's
So you have a whole workshop.
okay?
And you make like mugs and bowls and you stain them.
Would it be at the ranch or would it be here? Or?
I don't know. So that's what I figured out. I started watching some woodworking videos. I just don't have the patience.
Yeah, that takes a lot.
I don't have the
I
patience.
also don't think the world's ready for Logan Paul woodworking videos.
Yeah.
Also, you know what I realized while you were actually explaining everything? You know when an addict or somebody who has an addictive personality can lose their life to something? You are very much on the realm of like you're obsessed with something and you have like tunnel vision.
Extremist.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, that's why we talked about balances. That one episode. I'm not good at it. So again, I'm just trying to find the next thing. My problem is this, and this is also why I've been successful. Because while I'm an extremist, I don't love undertaking a hobby that won't gross extreme financial gain.
So woodworking's got to be out.
that's what I'm saying.
Did you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you see a way for him to potentially lose his life woodworking, and how would that be? How would that come to fruition if you would say?
Yeah.
First word that popped in my head would be an accident. I feel like it would be an
Some
accident.
sort of accident.
Yeah.
Like he's in there. He can't leave the woodworking studio because he's so addicted to the craft.
No,
and there's some sort of like a rotating blade and
that's what I'm thinking.
a leg for a table he's whittled together shoots through his aorta. Is that like what you would envision happening?
That's you made me just think of a very dark picture. I was very happy. We started with claps and then the positive.
You're the one that talked about fatalities through addictive properties.
You
You
did say
know,
that.
you said it.
But look, it's not woodworking. So,
It's working with wood, you idiot.
but here I am trying to pick this next thing just to occupy my time. Again, it's quarantine, it's COVID, and I find myself on my phone a lot. You know, you guys make fun of me. I'm always on my phone, and I
24/7.
realize it's because I have this burning desire to stay stimulated. Burning desire to stay stimulated.
Isn't every guy?
Nice. It's unhealthy.
Is it though?
Severely.
Is it? No. Is it because it's also the thing that drives me? That's also the thing that is looking for that next
I think
hobby
it's-
that it wants my
you
brain to
happy?
be work. Extremely happy.
then you're good.
Extremely happy, but I know I'm gonna want to do something else. I'm going to want to discover something else that I can dive into and potentially fulfill me in a way that I haven't yet, potentially expand and help grow my business and put on great programming. Because like you said, like how many people want to see me woodwork, bro? Not a lot.
I think there would be an audience for it. I think there's a niche. I think there's a niche space for just about everything, you know?
I'm not so in love with niche spaces.
Really?
I commend the folks who are in that niche space. Like I'm talking about maybe like VFX, makeup artists, like Halloween makeup artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's that called?
Makeup artist.
No.
VFX.
It's like the extreme. It's special effects makeup artist.
I think the thing that people need to know, and you know this, is that the payout and the conversion rate on niche audiences is 50 times higher.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So if
true.
you're looking for a financial gain, for every million views you get on YouTube or some similar platform, somebody could be getting 50,000 to 100,000 views and converting at the same level
They do.
of merchandising or even CPMs. I watched that dude Graham Stefan. Did you see that goddamn TikTok video he posted about how much money he makes?
So much.
Now, a lot of the technical. Hey man, I gotta ask you, ordering Postmates?
No,
what the
notes
fuck's
for
going
this.
on right
Notes
now?
for this.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. But thanks for yelling at me.
$19 CPM.
Yeah, it's high.
$19 CPM.
It's high. Well, that's what happens when you don't get cut from Google Preferred.
Hey guys, it's Graham Stefan.
Yeah.
That's how the video
PG,
started?
educational,
Yeah.
niche audience wanting to learn, valuable viewers.
You know what he taught me watching that video and also digging into some of his videos? He has created a machine. Sit down, get a topic, sit down, write a script, talk to the camera, walk away.
I love that.
Every
I love it.
fucking
I love it.
day. And honestly,
Graham Stefan, by the
I'm
way.
obsessed with that idea because now I obviously have the Twitch stream, first Twitch stream, incredible. Shout out Valkyrie.
How did that do, by the way?
It was insane, bro. Every massive streamer, Nade Shot, Corinna, everybody, Bank Stop by Rice Gum, everybody was on it. It was fantastic. It was fun. I have the formula there. I know what I want to do on that channel. I have a great formula here. I know what I want to do on this channel. The night shift now post couples channel is eluding me slightly because I never really nailed down the formula, the machine. I never turned the machine on, and I know it's partially fast food and women. And by the way, that machine is a very fucking great machine, and there's people who are interested in purchasing that platform and turning it into something for other media channels, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But watching this guy find something that's trending, write a script, sit down, deliver to camera, 800,000 views, 800,000 views, 800,000 views, 1 million, 1 million.
Yeah.
Not twice a week, not 3 times a week, but 7 fucking days a week. Dude's printing money.
Whoa.
It's a great formula.
7 days a week?
I think so.
No,
yeah.
no way. No way.
5 to 7?
Absolutely not.
4 to 6?
No one's doing 7 days a week right now. Those days are over.
I'll fact check. But
I'm doing pretty close.
But all
he's putting out a lot. Let's say he's putting out a lot of videos for sure. Like
A lot of videos.
I think he's 4 to 5.
He's
a
working
week.
hard.
Yeah,
he's working hard.
Yeah,
But it's all just, I bet he loves it. And he's just doing his hobby and making money out of it. That's the thing. Like everything I do, bro, this is just a hobby. I like talking with my friends in front of the camera.
This is my
It's a
favorite.
hobby
This
that
is
I
my
make money
favorite.
on. So I need to find a couple more of those.
That you make money or just a hobby?
Well, ideally, like I love painting. I find that painting isn't contributing towards my life. I have bills to pay, a lot. My expenses are upwards of $250,000 a month.
through the roof.
They're insane. So like I have to make money.
Unless you're painting dollars that are actually could be cashed out.
That's called
Counterfeit.
Counterfeit,
No, I learned
yeah.
my lesson. I can't do that.
Well, one thing you know that generally leads to something that you enjoy doing is collaboration with your homies.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And we've talked about this in the past. I'd love to get back into long form storytelling. You know?
Yeah.
Flat Earth 2 type shit. But anyways, I don't know. What else you got?
I got one. I'm just gonna throw this in there. It's kind of random, but I thought about this last night. You know what I don't hear anymore? And I don't know if you guys heard this growing up.
80s music?
Yes.
Nice.
Me and you today, bro.
Yeah.
No, Butterface.
Oh,
You
yeah.
remember when you grew up, you're like, yeah, everything but her face.
Yeah, of
or
course.
everything but his face.
No, everything's nice. But
Everything is worked on now, so nobody complains about the face.
You're saying every woman's beautiful.
I'm saying that if you're not, you just see a doctor and you throw a little credit card in the action and then you're good to go.
Why even do that? They have filters on Instagram. You're not gonna actually see any of the people in real life.
Butterfaces.
Yeah.
I know that's kind of like hard to hear. I bet there's people that like are worshiping TikTok right now. They're like, Butterface, what's that? And they like Google it. Like, why is your face like that? Did she not use a filter?
There was faces
also-
before filters. Wait a second.
TikTok can be ruthless though. Because I hate to break it to you. There's still some butterfaces.
Oh yeah.
There still is.
But I don't hear the term.
TikTok will let you know.
Really?
Oof. Man, you look at some TikToks and there's these beautiful girls, and then the comment section,
Oh no, I
slashing them.
I think I sent you one. Remember what?
Bro, TikTok is fucked up.
Hey, it gives me hope in comedy though. It's the first platform to ever come out. That's the reason I really don't talk shit about the actual platform is because, bro, we might get a second win with real comedy. People are too sensitive. Comedy comes from dark places.
I'm gonna parlay this. Did you watch Borat 2 like I told you to?
No, but I'll tell you why.
bitch.
I'll tell you why. Randomly out of nowhere, you could call my girlfriend right now. I'm not kidding. Randomly almost went to the hospital.
Oh, nice.
Let's put a pin in that. Talk about Borat
how
2.
the fuck did you just go there?
I clicked. I was about to play the
and
movie.
randomly ended up at the hospital.
My
You press play and you're in the emergency room.
They're just rushing me in. My stomach started hurting, like really bad. Like I thought my shit something exploded,
You're a pussy.
and it was just it was gas.
Borat 2. Not as good as Borat 1, I heard, by the way.
But still fantastic.
Really good?
Still so good.
Yeah.
I thought so anyways. I'm like, I love that crude, like fucked up humor. It was really political, but it was satire, so it was hilarious. And as a creator who understands the difficulty of filming a scripted movie with story beats that you need to hit in an actual environment, it's probably one of the hardest things
my
to
God.
do. Sacha Baron Cohen is
genius.
in a league of his own. And moreover, the actress who played his daughter, who had I would
Rudy
assume,
Giuliani.
I would assume, yeah, who coerced Rudy Giuliani into what looked like a sexually heated
According to
vibe
him,
in a
he was
bedroom.
just fixing his pants.
Yeah, sure, whatever you say. I sort of believe him. He was taking off his mic.
Yeah.
He leaned back on the bed, and this girl, bro, he was trying to get his dick sucked. Let's be honest. He was trying to get his fucking dick sucked. and Sacha Baron Cohen runs in and he goes, "She's 15. She's too old for you."
Oh my god!
There's not.
Okay.
It's. I can't believe he did it.
Let me cut in really quick because what you just said is important, and I want to bring it back to what George was talking about with TikTok. What you just brought up would be considered dark humor, but it was done in a scientifically approached, storytelling out the ass, beautiful way, which made it work.
Yep.
Similarly to other dark humor that's been done on the comedic stage from the beginning of time, whether it be from Chris Rock or Chappelle or whoever, all of the people that have gotten a little bit too dark. The difference between that and what happens on TikTok is a dude gets off his shift at Home Depot. Obligatory fucking use case right there. It could be any store. Goes home, stands in the shower, turns the shower on and said, "Remind Jews of anything?" And then everybody's like, "Hey man, this is kind of fucked up, bro. You're talking about Jewish people being in a shower, where they were killed in gas chambers." And then he goes, "Nah, you're just being sensitive. That's dark humor." No, it's not, you stupid fuck, you lazy pussy who thinks that's funny. You didn't put a storyline together. You didn't create something beautiful, some piece of art. There are a lot of people on TikTok who think being mean quickly is dark humor. It's not. That's called being mean, being ruthless, and being disgusting. There's a huge difference between the craft and the art of creating dark humor and just being a fucking asshole.
This is such an interesting conversation because is there?
I believe so.
I think so.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, not a lot of, there's a group of people who would tell you no. There's a group of people who will watch Borat 2 and be sick to their stomach.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
This type of content was released.
Sure.
Doesn't matter how much genius or satire or work went into it, production budget. They don't care. Right? So is it allowed?
I just think that we've gotten to a place where there's a lot of people out there who use, "Oh no, it's just dark humor," as a way to say really mean shit to people. Like to go up to somebody in a wheelchair and be like, to say something about them being on wheels or rolling or whatever. And then when somebody's like, "Hey man, why would you want to say something like that? That's hurtful to someone." And they go, "Dark humor, dark humor."
No. Maybe because that person saw it in Borat 2. That's the problem. And by the way, I'm on the Borat train, but when kids or anyone sees in Borat 2, it's funny. It's funny to them. He does it in a way that has comedy rooted in the intent of the joke. Now, someone will take that and say it in real life in a non-Borat way. It's not a movie. It's not funny, and it doesn't work in that context. Context is.
But that's what I'm saying. He brings up TikTok, and so much of it that I see over there are just these lazy ways for people to and I've said this since the beginning. I believe TikTok to be the most, hands down, the most toxic platform that exists currently in the landscape today. It is absolutely fucking disgusting, dude.
Yeah, but some of the shit's so funny.
Some of the shit's great.
So funny.
But what I'm saying is I think it just creates a lazy path for people to say really mean shit, homophobic, transphobic, racist shit, and then be like, oh, dark humor, man. Oh, don't be such a sensitive, because we've gotten so into calling people snowflakes. Don't be such a snowflake. Like if I tell you, yo, don't make fun of that girl because she is in a wheelchair, and they're like, and then 50 people turn to me and they're like, why are you being such a snowflake? No, stop being a fucking asshole, bro.
Yeah.
Like we're such a weird.
You're talking about real situations, but like if we're watching a movie and if it's written or a skit that's written and the person that's hired that's in the wheelchair understands what's about to happen. I think honestly, fuck everything I just said. I think comedy has to do about timing. If you're not speaking on a good time, you're probably not going to get a laugh. Also, you got to know your audience. Borat, people are going knowing what they're.
I love that.
Did you call me
Borat?
Wait, what is it?
Just Borat. You said
Borat.
Borat. Yeah.
Borat.
Go for it.
Borat.
like a rat named Bo?
Yeah. Anyway, this is Bo named Rat.
A Bo named Rat.
He's from my country.
This kid's great. He's not. And also you can't say that. You're racist.
Hey, why are you being such a snowflake?
Are you from Kazakhstan? Are you from Kazakhstan?
I don't have a country, okay? My people are very much just roaming around right now. But we'll get something.
I'm from Arizona.
I'm from Arizona. Assyrians are the most proud people to not have a country right now. My country rocks. Which country? We don't have one right now, but this one's mine.
We're looking.
Yeah. Most powerful. That's why I'm confident. People are like, dude, you're like 5'1". Why are you so confident? I'm like, bitch, I don't even have a country and I'm waving a flag. So that's where I get my confidence from. Assyrians, the best people on the planet. Thank you. Shout out.
Well, Assyria collapsed. Assyria collaped.
Well, we were
right. The Assyrian
we were
Empire?
from Babylon, so this was a long time ago. Long time ago.
Pangea, yeah. It sunk
No,
into
not
the
that
sea.
long ago. No.
Close.
The dark humor thing, I also think is an opportunity for people who don't have, we've talked about this before as well, the skill to create actual comedy. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Like when it's done.
What are you saying right
when
now?
it's done the way that it's done on TikTok, lazily without a storyline, and it's just people making fun of other people. They couldn't come up with something funny that didn't make fun of somebody else.
Sometimes it's so circumstantial.
guess
Like,
so.
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Borat's the number 2 movie.
What's number,
of the year on
what's
streaming.
number 1?
Behind Hamilton.
Hamilton?
Yeah. I can't. I also just can't believe, like, bro. I really am a director at heart. Like of all things that I like would do that I just feel like have been innately like just given to me, directing is like probably number 1 for me. So when I'm watching Borat and the way he intertwined COVID and the political race for the presidential candidates in the United States was done in such a way that it was almost like he had the ability to pivot his storyline at any given moment, depending on what happened in real life.
Well, when they started shooting, COVID didn't exist.
That's what I'm saying. So when they started shooting, COVID-19 did not exist. And then halfway through the movie, they intertwined it so much so in the storyline that it became the climax of the movie. And they weaved it in a way that was so seamless. You would have thought that was the original script, but you know it wasn't. Because when they started, Corona didn't exist.
Look at the cover of the movie.
Say again?
Oxford graduate.
You know,
genius.
most of these comedians are satire-based people are smart as fuck. And watching it, I just like that movie. I couldn't believe how good it was. Normally, I was expecting a sequel, right? A sequel to Blow, and it was fantastic.
There was 2 things I heard,
Borat.
which I'm not saying is facts. It's just something I heard. 2 things on the actor that plays Borat.
Yeah.
One, I heard he does not break character. Like even when he's in bed and like I guess his wife didn't want to have sex with him because he would not break character.
Yeah.
And I think that's hilarious. Him going to bed, no, you want this, you know you want this, and just waving his dick. That'd be so fun to live with somebody to do that.
Not if you're his wife, I feel like.
I would love that shit.
Yeah, not if that's not the dude you married.
Not for a year.
know
A
what I'm
year
saying?
would be a kind of annoying. But
Big actress.
Who?
His wife is a huge actress.
Oh,
Wedding Crashers.
We're gonna get slammed for the background conversation again.
oh, yeah. We gotta chill with that.
and then also my second thing is I heard he turned down Bohemian Rhapsody because he did not like the script.
Is that actually true?
George,
where do you got?
he
is
looks
this-
a lot
is
like
this real
Freddie
news?
Mercury.
I said I don't know about this, but I heard he did, and you're shaking your head because he seems like I'm correct.
Oh.
I heard it was too watered down for him, and he didn't like the fact that they were making it seem like it wasn't as crazy as it was,
Yeah.
and he walked away from
Yeah.
the project.
I brought that up anyways. We can move on, but just because it was very refreshing to see a person not give a fuck about how sensitive everyone was feeling and just stick to their script and their ideals. I was surprised Amazon Prime bought it, and it was just like, wow, we may get back to a place where not everyone doesn't take everything so personally, which would be nice.
I feel like some people are not cancelable. Like you can't cancel them.
Sure, especially if you do it with your fucking chest out
Yeah.
in a genius way.
I did not watch that. I need to watch that.
Yeah, get
movie.
on it.
I'm so far behind.
It's all good because Pfizer potential COVID-19 vaccine.
crazy.
Yeah,
90% effective.
90% effective.
upon the second dose. Yeah, and they're saying potentially 1.3 billion vaccines by 2021, probably like mid-year 2021.
1.3 billion.
1.3 billion. That's what they're saying. If it's effective, it has some side effects, some headaches, some fatigue, but
Grows a third arm.
well, that's why.
Look how I can masturbate. 2 hands in this, like I'm on a roller coaster.
But I can't get COVID.
Oh fuck.
That's why FDA they can't fast track it just yet.
Because of the third hand.
Yeah, they have to wait 2 months before to make sure there's not any extreme side effects or extreme dangers that come along with this vaccine.
So
But
like a phase 2 or something like
yeah,
that.
I was thinking about this too. How crazy is it that Joe Biden, if things go the way the Democratic Party wants them to, Joe Biden gets in the office and right off the rip, he's given an alley-oop,
Yeah.
and all he has to do is dunk the fucking ball and say, "My organization discovered and
cure to the
distributed the
pen-
cure to COVID-19."
There's already
Seemed
a
a little
ton.
planned.
There's already a ton of conversation around it. And by the way, like I think everyone knows, like Trump awarded the money, I believe, to Pfizer to come up with this, right? Like it should be in this article, but it's very strange that 2 days after the election is quote unquote decided that this comes to bear. Like almost like
it's
almost
planned or something.
Yeah, but that listen, you know how I feel about you might not, but everyone knows how I feel about conspiracy theories or just like the idea that there's some puppeteer.
You love 'em.
Well, I think they're interesting, but I generally am pretty. I try to wait.
You don't take
for
it as
some
face
sort
value.
of for some sort of proof to come out,
Yeah.
right? But this one feels weird. Like this news couldn't have dropped a week ago.
Why?
they
Why does it
just-
matter? Why does it matter?
Because this is a massive, because technically, since this was a Trump initiative to work with Pfizer to come up with this pandemic relief.
What if the
and-
Pfizer
and-
CEO
and
is anti-Trump?
that's
Strongly
that's
anti-Trump.
what people are saying.
So?
And also, well, I think you say so, and I know what you're getting at, but it brings up a conversation around the responsibility of private organizations and private corporations when it comes to how they can decide the movement forward of an entire nation or of an actual democracy.
There's a lot of people.
And that goes to Twitter as well.
Exactly.
It's a
who are-
massive.
Who
It's
are
a
so
massive,
strongly
yeah.
anti-Trump, and they own the thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Twitter. You can,
Jack Dorsey.
They can do whatever
Yeah.
the fuck they
Trump
want.
can't say anything on Twitter
That is
right
a
now.
private platform. They
Yeah.
can do whatever they want.
Like,
Pfizer, if they choose to release that they discovered a strong vaccine for COVID-19 2 days after the election, because maybe the CEO, and this is all just
Conjecture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also like that's the conversation that's being had right now is like what should be done about that? Like, should there be some sort of
Who cares?
Well, it's not. Who cares? It's not the answer.
Yes, it is. Who
No,
gives
no,
a fuck?
No.
What?
No, what I'm saying is that's not the answer that anyone wants to hear. Who gives a fuck is not the answer. The question I'm asking right now is should Twitter, should Pfizer, should private organizations who have massive effect over election, or especially Twitter. Let's separate the two. Twitter has gone from being a privately held platform, which was fun and games, to being a propaganda engine that could be used in any way anyone sees fit. Should there be some sort of decision-making around what Twitter is able to or not able to censor? It is a global engine. So on one side, you have people in the United States, and Banks talked about this on Twitter the other day, who are saying, we are a First Amendment nation, free speech at all times. And now that free speech, now that Twitter is the new park where people gather to speak freely.
At a private park.
Maybe
It's
so.
private park.
Got it. I hear what you're saying. Maybe so. But they have another problem that they're up against. Even saying that is flawed because Twitter is a global entity. India does not have that level of free speech. Russia and all of these places that Twitter exists in, you can't make these decisions for a private organization that exists globally.
So you want boundaries?
I'm not making any decision here. All I'm saying is that the conversation exists right now to try to figure out if people should be censoring speech on Twitter.
If the speech is disinformation, sure. If Twitter has taken it on their own to become an anti-disinformation distribution platform, I'm on board for that. Sure.
I mean, Instagram's doing that now, right? We're saying it might
Instagram,
be false.
Facebook, Twitter, everyone is doing it.
I don't mind it. You're right. It's a conversation because what if it gets out of hand? Right? What if now like CEO Jack Dorsey starts to take things personally and he's deciding whether or not it's true or
There
false?
is no more slippery slope. Like this, a lot of this is pre-written in 1984. Like this is Orwellian shit right here. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no more slippery slope than the fucking censoring of free speech. Like once that starts to happen,
You got thought police. You got thought police.
And listen, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I don't think, because listen, like it goes both ways. Like
Oh, Jesus. No, we can't do it.
Pfizer could, he's saying Pfizer could be making more money off of debt. Right. And that's the thing. Like you never know who's in bed. We have plenty of evidence to support the idea that government is controlled by private entities right now. We know that. We know it to be true that the government derives most of their campaign dollars, their extracurricular finance from private organizations. And so who did Pfizer get? I'm not saying this. I'm just saying the question that exists. Who was Pfizer paid off by to wait 3 days until after the election had been completed?
I'm saying, I get what you're saying. You're totally right. But before even social media, we had newspapers and we had news stations that did the same exact thing. This is not a new thing. This is
for sure
money talking more than people that don't have money.
Great point.
So
Great point.
This is going to be like this for the rest of our lives. I could build an app and be George Janko and be super like, hey, I don't give a shit. Put it out there. But I could easily get corrupted if a billionaire comes up to me. He's like, hey, by the way, I think that's a little wrong. And then I'm richer, dude. Like shit happens with people. By the way, I'm not saying I'd ever do that.
I'd like to be a little bit more optimistic that there will be some nuanced laws put into effect that address this exact thing, right? Like, come on, this is the age of both information and disinformation. One of those has got to go.
I think
and the medium in which the disinformation is spread is so new that there just haven't been laws put into place on what people can say. And by people, I mean organizations, companies, giant brands,
Political
or people in
activists.
charge, like the authorities.
I think Amendment 1 very much relied on the idea that with disinformation and information, the American public must be relied upon to have intelligent thought processes to differentiate between the two. And I've said this many times. No, he's right. I've said this many times over the past, year or so that we've been on this platform. America is not as intelligent collectively as it once was. I thoroughly believe that the intelligence of this nation has been corrupted, has been destroyed in many ways.
You know why? It's because there's too many people with voices.
Maybe, yes.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yes, maybe. But what I'm getting at is this. Normally, when the crazy person shows up in the park and stands on the thing and says, Jesus is coming to get those responsible for serving pizzas to underage kids in a lair that exists underneath the pizza place they're running a child kitchen where they cook human flesh. They say, that motherfucker's crazy. Get him out of here. Get him out the park. Now, when that person starts preaching on Twitter, there's enough crazy people on Twitter like him to retweet it to a place where people say, wait, this has 150,000 retweets on it. This must be true.
Bro, I have to read this.
You feel me? Dude, that's problematic.
as fuck.
That's problematic. And so in an era where truthhood is somewhat defined by the amount of people you can get to engage with your product. And that's what Twitter has been trying to take a stand on. They haven't deleted the tweets. They've just said you can no longer retweet or favorite this, I believe. Or I can't remember which one it was. Or they're trying to control that.
There's also a massive disclaimer that says like, hey, this might not be
wrong.
true.
I wrote this randomly before we even had this conversation. I said the one thing I wanted to somehow slip into this podcast is be stingy for what you absorb. If you're a sponge, if you're born a sponge, which our mind is, eyes and ears, we're just absorbing shit. Be careful what you're fucking listening to and hearing.
Almost everything people tell me, or almost everything I read.
It's fabricated.
No, I disagree with it at first. I do not accept it as truth until it's proven time and time again to be
data
true.
and pay some sort of.
You have to be careful. People are. This is what I
Bro,
hate.
I challenge you on a lot of shit.
Yeah, and have I changed since that time we had that conversation?
Yeah.
I had a conversation with Justin. We had a heart to heart, and I go, "Yo, like 2 weeks ago when that shit happened, that woke me up. Be quick to be calm, and also understand you're not always right. Stop being stubborn. That was my problem. I was fucking stubborn, and now I fixed that. But what I wanted to say is, I saw, and we're on the conspiracy thing, and I wanted to get your mind on this because you guys like to debunk things a lot. I keep doing this.
I'd love to prove one true. I'd love to prove one true, man. I don't want to debunk.
This one literally kind of made me a little weird. This guy on TikTok, always TikTok, by the way, goes, "Hey, man, I got this. I know Joe Biden is for the devil." And I was like, all right, I'm about to skip this. This is crazy. Yeah. He goes, "I'll prove it to you." And I was like, okay, I'll listen a little bit more. You know that thing that you call his number to vote? So I looked it up to see if this is bullshit, if it's Photoshopped. Yeah. If you divide 2020, the year that we're in.
Stop right now. Just stop right now. You already lost me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're one of them. Well, you're one of them.
You're going to bring numerology
I said
into
you
this
guys
shit,
could
bro.
debunk it.
Bro, you could do that number shit with anything. You know how many people I've met? Fuck. I know some people very close to me that do this. They're like, yeah, 37 is my favorite number, and everywhere I go, I see.
No, that's not what it is.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Oh,
it's the same thing.
Hear me
Numbers. You can do anything with them. You can do anything with them.
Hear me out.
I can show you a formula where 1 + 1 = 3.
Watch this.
No,
watch this,
I
George.
swear.
George, watch this. How many hosts are there on this side of the table?
Is this your way of getting rid of me?
Just answer me. How many hosts are there on this side of the table?
Two.
If you now watch this. If you divide the amount of hosts on this side of the table by that same number, you get 1. How many devils are there?
Oh my God, there's one.
Yeah. I just proved to you that this side of the table is Satan. Like that's how that, bro, you can't fall into that trap, bro.
I just fell into
you just gotta be like.
You're one of them. Look, I'm not calling you dumb. I'm not calling you
I
dumb.
never
I'm not
said-
calling you
I
flat
never
earther.
said I was
I'm
a
not
part
calling
of
you a
it.
lizard person. I'm not saying any of those things. But in general, I
But
think
you do believe in lizard people, right?
No, what?
No, I mean,
Reptilian
neither.
overlords? We had Alex Jones on the podcast. Of course we believe in that shit.
My girlfriend's ex emailed her, bro. What's good?
Wow, that
Which one?
transition was like.
What's good?
The main one?
Yeah.
The main one?
Yeah.
To say what?
Which one's the main one? Fill me in.
No, we don't, I don't
The
think we
one.
gotta
The
do
one.
that.
The one.
What did he say? How come I don't know about
I hate
this?
bringing this up, but this is like maybe it's
An email?
a point of conversation. An email. So like apparently when they would split, just like all couples do, sometimes email is the desired form of communication.
Because you can't
Do you
block
know?
it?
Yeah, do you know? Exactly. I was just going to say
why,
that's
'cause you
why.
can't- 'cause you can't
It's the
block
last one left.
And it happened once in the beginning of our relationship. I didn't really mind it, right? It was fledgling stages. We're 7 months deep, right? So she great girlfriend. She's like, yo, I gotta tell you something. My ex reached out to me via email. And I said, oh, like, what did he say? No subject. Shit, no subject, huh?
What email provider?
Had to be AOL. I didn't look, but he's an AOL type motherfucker.
Not Hotmail, you don't
AOL
think?
type motherfucker.
Oh man.
A picture of like a poem that he wrote her when they were dating. I said, I don't think so.
So we're gonna kick his ass.
No.
no.
We're separate.
Okay.
So I said, can I respond?
Oh Lord.
Yes, I love where this is going.
So he wrote a picture of a poem that he wrote her, handwritten note in a book. So I took a selfie of me, as I do. I'm kind of notorious for this. I remember this one. Yeah. I took a selfie of me with my thumb up, smiling and like all like this. And I wrote, "So beautiful," with the little crying smiley face. And I sent it back.
Dude, I bet he was so excited when he saw an email back. He's like, oh my God.
There's definitely more coming.
No, that's it.
Oh, that is
Nah,
it?
that's all.
Oh.
We'll see how this develops. Let's see how it plays out, right? But also, it's inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? It's inappropriate. Is that appropriate? It's inappropriate.
Fuck no.
No,
Yo,
it's
the
inappropriate.
only way-
That's not
the
No
appropriate
only-
at
subject.
all.
There's no subject.
That was the problem.
Even if the subject was like, hey, just here as a friend, fuck off. Don't email my
No.
girlfriend.
That would have been way more. No subject? You don't have a reason? A title? Here's where you played risky ball. What if he just goes like Dirt McGirt and sends back some raunchy shit?
Of him just going to
Railing,
town.
dude. Now all those videos for my situation are already online, so I don't have to worry about that.
I think it's
but I'm
it.
saying, like,
that
what
took
if
me a
he
while
just
to click in.
Yeah, like
It's the name. It's the name of the game. When I stepped into the battlefield, I'm ready for battle.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna go there, if that's how you want to fight,
Oh, like, then we post that shit.
good for you. Good for you, man. If that's how you want to show your manhood, like, hey, I got those two. We can go back and forth on this all day. But I'm not gonna do that because I'm not gonna stoop down to that level. Just stay out of her email.
Does it bother you that when he sent that email, his own email was like, hey, this has no subject. Do you still want to send?
That's the problem. He got reminded. That's why. That's what I'm saying. Because when you send an email with no subject, it says,
he's like,
"Hey,
yeah,
no subject."
no subject.
And he just doubled down.
There's
he
just
had a
something-
moment where the universe was like, "Hey, buddy, it's time to move on."
Clarify.
pal.
Well, no, not even that, but also clarify your intention for the recipient. Like it's a respect thing. Like when I get a no subject email, that could be anything.
Anything.
Could be anything. Could be a problem with my grandmother's plumbing. It could be a business inquiry. Do me the fucking solid of giving me some insight into why you are sending me this email.
Yeah.
Also, you got to understand that you should be flattered because he's a fan of the Impaulsive show. Because for him to send a poem right after we uploaded a girl sending out a poem,
You're reaching.
I don't think
fuck,
he watches the show.
How is the poem?
oh, was the poem good?
Yeah.
I didn't read it.
You're serious.
I capped when I said so beautiful. It might not have been. It might not have
What
been.
if, dude, what if it was like roses are red, violets are blue, but who gives a shit? You got a man that was better than me. And you're like, oh, fuck.
No, bro. He's great in many ways.
Or what if it was-
I don't know. Life goes on.
Or what if it was like roses are red, violets are blue. Last Tuesday was so good being with you. And you just, you know what I'm saying? And you just skipped over it. And you just skipped over it and you wrote so beautiful and then you looked like a cuck. Oh, I'm cuck because you were like so beautiful.
Oh,
You tell me Josie's trifling?
No, hell no.
no,
She's not. I'm just saying.
No,
just,
read it.
Just read the poem.
I just don't. No, because what had happened in their relationship at the time that he wrote the note is her business.
Yeah.
That was entirely her. I don't need to know how they loved each other. I really don't care.
Strong will, my friend. Strong will.
I don't care. I don't care.
I would've been hooked on phonics.
Bro, he talks to her in a way that I probably don't. We just speak to our partner differently. And I just don't I really have no interest
in poetry.
in reading it. Like the ship has sailed, Life goes on as this too shall pass, they say.
I mean, if we're gonna be like on a serious note, my girlfriend still follows her ex, and they I think they keep in touch. I don't.
Different
It doesn't
strokes for different folks.
It doesn't bother me, bro.
Yeah.
Like she had to.
What about if she liking his pictures?
I don't give a shit about that.
What if
stuff.
what
No?
if you found
No?
a DM from her to him that was like,
If it's inappropriate, then yeah, I'll be upset. But if it was like for example, one time he reached out and she her heart was fluttered because I guess there's something happening with his grandma or some shit like that. I see it this way, and it might be super cheesy. I fell in love with this woman, and she may have had to date that guy to be who she is. Like maybe he built her to be this
Wow.
phenomenal woman. So I kind of I fuck with the fact that she had that experience because this is who she became.
I know a few like you. I know that's a highly elevated level of thinking. I know a few.
I'm glad you said that. Let me bring up that TikTok again. I'm telling you, dude, you're gonna be blown away.
no, stop, please.
I get what you're saying. I've met some guys who were like that. Oh, like
God bless the broken road that led you to me. Like that.
Why
Like,
did you
know what I'm
say
saying?
it like I was an asshole?
All right, well, it's a rascal flat. How's the-
I don't talk like
you
that.
know who would also agree with you is the new winner of the Bachelorette, Dale. Dale, y'all watch this show? Josie makes me watch The Bachelorette. Yeah,
You know what I hate about that shit is that our girls always make us watch that and we make fun of it, but then we
it's
get
the
so
best.
addicted.
It's so good.
like Too Hot to Handle, bro.
They got me hooked.
It got me.
You-
And I'll
you're
talk
in?
shit the whole time. Like,
The whole time. The whole time. I'm just making fun of everyone.
this guy. Why do you do that?
Yeah.
It just gets you. And then they close the show. You're like,
Fuck.
play the next one.
Yeah.
Play the next one.
I try to go to sleep. So they got me with the sound bites in the little like the hook between the commercial. I'm like, fuck, they got me.
The only reason
I'm locked in. I'm locked in. And now, Dale proposed to Claire, is the Bachelorette. 3 episodes in, dude. 3 episodes in, she fell in love right off the rip.
Dude.
Right off the rip. And Dale, he used to pose in taco outfits for Party City.
That's nice though.
He used to be a taco. He used to be a hot dog. He's a hot dog.
What are you trying to say?
He's a taco.
He's a taco. He just said it.
No,
You
no,
know,
no,
listen.
no. But you clearly were inferring something by his outfit choice.
You can come up. You could go from taco to Bachelorette winner.
I dated a girl from The Bachelor. Do you remember that?
Oh my God.
That was an experience.
Taco Dale? What is that?
I'm looking it up.
Oh,
Dale from
I
Bachelorette.
think that's Taco Dale. Dale.
No, bro. No, he was a hard-working man, and he made a come-up that I don't think anyone would have seen coming. Oh, man. I hope these weren't Photoshopped. I feel dumb now that I'm looking it up and I can't find it. Oh, no.
Right after we're like, don't believe
no.
everything that's on the
Oh,
internet.
no. Josie, show me. Please.
Oh, no.
Oh, Dale from Bachelorette. Dale. I should have said Dale from Bachelorette Taco.
You wrote.
Look, here he is. Oh, he was Superman, too.
Well.
Oh, this looks Photoshop,
And
bro.
a Spartan warrior too. I mean, don't bring up just the fact that he was a Mexican treat. He was multiple things. I mean, he was the world's greatest superhero. You
good-looking
gave him
guy.
no respect.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Dale.
He saved Sparta from the ensuing doom.
Yeah.
And you just labeled the fact that he was ground beef at one point.
Yeah. He said Dale became aware of the post and left a comment that read, "Love it. Read your contracts, kids." Because they probably could use those images in
Perpetuity, son of
Yeah.
a bitch. Kids, if you're watching this, if you're an aspiring TikTok star, if you just posted your first Instagram story post and you're thinking about taking it big, there's one word you always need to look for in contracts. It's perpetuity. If you see it, you take the contract, you light it on fire and flush it down the fucking toilet, dude. That's the worst thing you could ever see, Manager Jeff.
Unless it's in favor of you.
Oh, yeah.
Unless it's in favor of you, but it fucking never is, dude. It's not in favor.
But congrats to Dale and Claire. The show must go on. They did a pivot. I love these Hollywood production pivots. They're fascinating
You
to
know
me.
what? It's so cheap to make, and it makes so much money.
What? Huh?
The Bachelor?
Huh?
They don't pay their people.
Yeah, but I'm sure they got to pay for production in the
That
set.
production
great.
is expensive.
You have the production right here.
For our own.
An impulsive bachelorette. We only got one semi-single person on this podcast.
George. How fucked up? How fucked up is it that you guys are watching Borat and The Bachelorette, and I just watched a movie called White Boy Rick, like that came out. Like, why am I not? It was an incredible fucking movie. Yeah, Danny, the assistant Danny, our amazing, house manager here, worked on that movie with Matthew McConaughey. And yeah, right. And what was the lead actor's name? He was like 15. Great performance. I watched it about this guy who got caught with 8 kilos at 17 years old and did fucking 30 years in prison, something like that.
Whoa. How do
they
you-
had a law in Detroit called the 650 lifer law back in the 80s when crack and heroin were having their major upcoming, where if you got caught with more than 650 grams of heroin or crack, you got life without parole. First offense.
That's not fair.
Do
That's
not pass go.
He got incriminated.
Yeah, there's more to the story. He was taught and given his initial drugs that he sold by the FBI. To get his dad out of trouble for offenses his dad had caused. And he sold the drugs, and the FBI said, if you do all this work for us, we'll come save you when the state comes after you. And the state came after him. The FBI never showed up to the court case.
How crazy is it that
Fucked.
there's some corruption
Weird shit.
that the consequences are with someone's life.
Someone's
With
life.
His life.
And the other fucked up part that I don't even know was displayed that much of the movie was the reason why Detroit and the state went after him so hard is because he went after the mayor, right? He was trying to take down the mayor of Detroit who was in on the drug dealing. And so when the feds didn't show up, the mayor said, give him life. Put him in jail for literally life. And just in 2018, an action group came and actually had him released after serving 30 years in prison.
Oh, no.
And this part, I wish I didn't have to tell it because it's not as great as the rest, but while he was in jail, he got involved with a Grand Theft Auto ring in Florida. And so as soon as he left jail in Detroit, he got shipped directly to Florida to do 5 more years, which, you know, not the best news for him, but
I think that if you get charged with something that is now legal, for example, if you were smoking weed in Arizona and they make it legal,
Completely agree.
you have to
Let 'em
release
out.
them
Let
out.
'em out.
This is a massive problem right now in the United
You
States.
have to. It's not fair.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense to me.
It's
How
stupid.
someone can be currently in jail to this day in a state where weed is now legalized for holding minute amounts of the substance.
If they were selling, then that's a different story.
Is it?
Yeah, because then you're just like, you have made a statement that you are going against the government and to make your own type of money and not pay taxes on it, not do anything. But if you're smoking because you in your heart think it's not a bad thing, and then a couple years later, the state's like, yeah, you know what? You're right. And then they're like, but fuck you, you're staying in jail. That's crazy to me.
You're a little bit more politically versed. What needs to happen to
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
She just needs to keep working. Isn't that crazy to imagine being in jail on a weed charge and you've been there for 30 years and your one savior is Kim Kardashian.
and she comes
hottest attorney to ever
she
exist.
busts in the
dressed as a
prison,
taco.
dressed
You
as
won't let go of this
a
taco
Superman
thing.
taco.
Hey, to be honest, if he was locked in jail, she could be wearing whatever the hell she's wearing and he'd still be excited about it.
By the way, I don't think you said enough about the taco dog that accompanied Dale. I
Yeah,
don't think he's gotten any attention. Can you zoom in on him?
Well, he wasn't on The Bachelorette.
I mean, tomato, right? I don't think that applies, but
The dog could have already found love for all we know. It's tough. It's tough finding love, guys.
oh, Alex Trebek, man,
Yeah.
it should be mentioned.
Rest in peace. I
It-
know.
it
I know.
really-
I know. You loved him.
I
He got
loved
you through
Alex
some tough
Trebek.
times.
It was my go-to show for the family. When we would sit together, we played Jeopardy together. It was my go-to show at other times. And it was always Alex Trebek. I said he was one rare mainstay in an industry that switches up too often and too quickly. He just stayed with that ship, dude, with Jeopardy and made it all that it was, and was a beacon of light and positivity, and also Canada, and represented so many things to so many people. And man, pancreatic cancer, dude, is just
I got a question, Mike.
yeah.
Knowing that his health was on its descent, why did he continue to do the show? Up, what, until maybe a week or 2 weeks
Just
before
that- and
his
that-
death?
And that's what I guess that's what I'm getting at. It's like that kind of loyalty and dedication
Yeah.
just doesn't exist like it once did. I mean, that's like the remember the captain in Titanic? I'm like, we've got a boat for you. Get in the boat.
Yeah.
That accent once again with
It was good.
accents.
It was good.
But no, I'm not. I'm gonna die with the boat.
That's crazy.
You know, I'm gonna die
That's
with the boat.
crazy. I wonder what I would do in that position. Like, would I be like, all right, I'm fucking dying. Like, I'm gonna live this last portion of my life for me. And he didn't do that.
I just think that there's
He could have loved it. He could have.
yeah,
That could
of
have
course
been.
he did. Of
Totally,
course,
totally
yeah.
true. But I mean,
could have been the thing keeping him alive.
maybe. But
That-
he just gave so much of him. He gave so much of him. Like that's a specimen of a human.
He
right
comes
there.
from he probably comes from an old school belief set that, like I said, is lost very much today, which has to do with something called legacy. And I don't think people care as much about legacy, and like it's so many people nowadays everybody goes out in like a blaze of glory. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's this or that, or they burn up, or they get too hot, or they cheat, or they do whatever it is. But like, there's something to be said about starting something and fucking finishing something, and following that shit all the way through to the end.
I just finished the Michael Jordan documentary, the docu-series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing.
Yo.
He never gets inspired by people.
Ever.
Talk about Last Dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix now.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I was really inspired to change the way that I live my life by something I watched. Maybe
7 years ago.
by Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, and I didn't want to bring that up, but yeah, that was the only time I've ever, in our grand scheme of like friends, like never.
I was like, wow, he works so hard. So cool. Dwayne, like multimedia mogul, so cool. And then it kind of died. And then I watched this Michael Jordan docuseries. And as a kid who was just on the tail end of his legacy, and his stint in the NBA, not a stint, but his time in the NBA, I didn't know much about Michael Jordan, right? You hear this guy's the GOAT.
Yep.
You hear about the things he's achieved, but I had no idea how special this human was, both on and off the court. His dedication to the craft is unparalleled. His innate God-given ability as an athlete. And I think the thing that I noticed solidified him as the GOAT is that he knew when and that he could rely on his team.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, he wasn't a ball hog. He was down for the cause at all times.
He just wanted to win. That was he needs to win.
Bro, 2 3-peats. He won 6 NBA championships, all with the Chicago Bulls, and retired after his last win. Like, it's the perfect story. It is the perfect story of the greatest athlete of all time.
I'm happy that you watch that. I really am, because I think there's a lot of people who watch LeBron and Kobe, obviously, and some of these other guys that have had the amazing runs they've had. But there was something growing up watching Mike and Scotty, like there was something
I finally get the references now.
magical about watching Michael Jordan, dude. Like life changing. You know what I'm saying? Not like, oh my God, like LeBron, his power, this, that. It was magical. It was magical.
People forget about pioneers. They don't understand how big of a deal that is. Like when you listen to Michael Jackson's music now, you're like, oh, that's cool. Or if you listen to Elvis Presley, oh, that's cool. But bro, like when that shit first came out, when Michael Jordan was doing his thing and people were watching it, they were like, oh, this guy's an alien. Like this is not real.
Yeah.
So people are quick to forget when they're like, nah, bro, Michael Jordan's not the best.
Well, and they don't want to talk about feeling. I think we've moved into a place where everything has to be decided by data, and which is good in a lot of ways, but also like I just said, like Drake is one thing. He's an animal, bro. An amazing artist and one of the best of all time. But when you try to compare something to the feeling of the Beatles showing up in your fucking city, the pandemonium, the feeling. Now, this stuff is not replicable. It's not replicable. It can't be
Replicated.
It can't be recreated, replicated, repeated. Or explained.
Yeah.
Or explained. Like when people are like, oh, but LeBron has more this or has more that.
Bro, I'm a Cleveland boy.
I know.
I'm a Cleveland boy. I love LeBron. I love LeBron.
Yeah.
And since I grew up watching LeBron, wrestling at his high school, St. Vincent St. Mary, I was like, yo, this guy's the GOAT.
Yeah.
And not to put my finger down and saying which one is, but man, Michael Jordan's unrelenting passion to win was so cool to see. I just feel like it's been lost, man. Like he didn't go out and drink. He didn't party. When he first got to Chicago Bulls, I think they had the nickname like the cocaine circus or something.
Right.
And he walked into a room and the athletes were going crazy. He's like, oh, this is not the type of team I signed up for.
Right.
And he did a full 360 and made the guys around him play on his level. He made everyone around him better.
Yeah.
And it was so cool to see. That
shot that he hit
against the Cavs.
I can't remember which one it was where he came up to 3 and trailed to the right and the game winner. Honestly, like I don't know what you do to rival that from a basketball standpoint. Like when I see that shot be made,
bro, he
throws the fucking fist.
That was it against the Cavs.
Bro,
He had,
Bro.
but he had so many of those, and it
Yeah,
was
oh,
so
yeah.
interesting
He
how
was
he could,
yeah.
he could play effectively off his emotions.
Yeah.
It went.
fueled him.
Everyone would say like, "Yo," when you said to Michael like, "Hey, well, good luck tomorrow, Michael. If you just won, like that would get in his head, and he'd take it personal, and then drop 60 on you,
Right.
because you said you made an underhand comment that he didn't like,
Right.
or he wanted to take a stance against his general manager, Jerry Krause."
Yep.
In a player that he liked, that like Michael Jordan didn't think should be on the team, and he would just drop 50 in a game and or shoot the game-winning shot, and it was almost like he was puppeteering everything. It's the perfect story. How often you get perfect stories?
Yeah.
Very rare.
There's definitely some dark spots. There's definitely some dark spots.
Yeah,
But
there's some dark spots.
there
but
always
okay,
is. There always
no,
is.
but it's part of that, bro. A story is not. Sorry, when I say the perfect story, a story is not perfect. A story has conflict.
Yes.
A story
Yes.
has an all is lost moment. And he had all of this. He had the ups, he had the downs, and then he ended up somewhere in a way that shaped him like no other player ever could and probably ever will.
I got it. It was one.
I'm sweating.
You just trained. You just finished training.
Yeah.
It makes complete sense.
So good.
Yeah. Well,
I think that's it. How long have we been going?
Over an hour.
Oh fuck. All right, well.
we were gonna do Jeopardy on the show. Yeah. Did it never get pulled together?
It just didn't feel right.
We haven't been formatting like that lately. I think a lot of people miss YouTube Jeopardy, but
All right, listen, that's all I got.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
yeah.
Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys Thursday for yet another episode of Impaulsive, the #1 podcast in the world. I love you. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next time. Take it easy. Bye.